Yeah, before we get into the video, I just want to say that everything that is going on in your life right now can be changed. Like, understand that. Like, don't think that for a second that anything in your life right now is permanent. And I think it's important that you realize everything is temporary. All the people in our life are temporary. Everything is temporary, and every situation is temporary. And just like it came here and just like it entered your life, it will leave your life as well. As soon as you think that something's there forever, it's there to leave and teach you a lesson. And I think that's something that that kind of takes a while to sink in, Like, it doesn't seem like it's ever gonna leave, like the friends you have around you, or the family you have around you, or the girl you have around you, especially. Like, she ain't gonna be there forever, they ain't gonna be there forever, everybody's gonna be gone eventually. I understand that everything is temporary, every situation is temporary, and you're thinking too much about your current situation, because a year from now you're probably not going to be in that situation, and just in case you're in like fucking prison or something. But if you in prison, then you're just doomed. But like, if you in the real world right now, understand, like, we are in the land of endless opportunity. Like, understand that you don't have to settle for nothing. Like, you could do whatever you want right now. Like, anything legal right now you could do. So who is holding you back from changing your situation? Yourself, dog. And understand that, like, you can't keep overthinking everything. That's like the biggest thing. Like, that's why I work at a gym, man. And like, some of these people, bro, like, are just overthinking the lifts. They're overthinking what people think about them. Like, bro, ain't nobody thinking about you like you thinking about you. Like, really, nobody's thinking about you like you think about you. They're too busy thinking about themselves. So if you can realize that nobody is actually thinking about you, like, oh, look at him over there doing whatever. Like, no one's thinking like that. Like, they're too worried about what they are doing. So if you can get past that and just realize, like, hey, I'm happy, I know who I am, I don't care what they think about me, then you're already ahead of them, because they're too busy in their head. So the fact you ain't in your head, there ain't no anxiety, bro. Like, you gotta realize, like, most people are legit like NPCs. Like, they're non-player characters. Like, if you're trying to take action in your life and take the lead, you are a main character. Like, don't let me explain. Like, have you ever like just talked to somebody and you're like, I say we in Walmart, right? And we walk up and you see like this old man, you do a little stock head nod, or you're like, hey, how are you? And they're just like, good. Like, that's NPC. That's what an NPC is. Like, they're stock. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of these people are stock. You can't be stock if you want to be anything but average. So you got to think, like, don't overthink anything. Like, you can put your own touch on anything. Like, you ain't got to appear in no room that you don't want to appear in. Like, do your own thing, bro. Like, what is there to lose? Like, you're going to pass away. I'm going to pass away. Everybody's going to die. So, like, we ain't got nothing to lose. And if anything, at least you had the balls to go out and do what you wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter. Like, for real. Nothing in this life matters like you think it does. Honestly, like, if you get some money in your pocket and you get good people around you and you healthy, like, what else you need? You know what I'm saying? Like, just understand that nothing's really that serious, because something's always going to replace it. Like, I don't know, like, it's weird. Like, the second you stop chasing something, like, I'd always chase like new equipment, like this mic, for instance. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at this mic. I didn't want to buy it because it was $200, so I knew I could get a better deal. Next thing you know, bro, 2 days later, pop up, I get it on discount, $100. Go get it that day. You know what I'm saying? So doors are gonna open up for you. You just gotta allow them to open up for you, and you gotta establish like who you want to be as a person, so those doors can open up for you. Because I went through this too, and I still go through this. Like, sometimes you don't know who you are, and you gotta figure that out. Like, you gotta figure out what you stand for and who you are at the end of the day, because we have so much pressure to be somebody else and to follow the crowd in today's society, especially because we just have these things right here. We got these things right here, and they constantly just, everything through this, literally everything. So, like, you gotta, like, if you're ever alone, like, just think about it. Like, if you're alone in a room, no TV, no nothing, nobody there for a while, like, you're gonna trip out. Like, you will trip out because you don't know who you are, and it's hard to keep yourself engaged. To, like, think, like, so if all your friends went out for 2 weeks and you had to sit in your house, in your room, with nothing, like, would you be able to do that? Like, think about it. I couldn't. I know for a fact I couldn't, because I'd overthink everything. Like, because when you're in that time and you feel like your situation ain't going to get better, it's hard to stay positive. And that's like when you figure out who you are, is when adversity creeps in and like all the negativity's trying to like come in. I'm not trying to sound like David Goggins or no shit like that. I'm just saying, like, when the negativity like comes in, like, that's when you figure out who you are, because no man is strong enough to deal with himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, no man is strong enough to deal with some of those thoughts sometimes, and it's okay to be in slumps. Like, last weekend I was in a slump. I feel like I didn't do anything because I just didn't have anybody around me, and it sucked. But that's why I'm making this video, just tell y'all, like, sometimes it's gonna be lonely, and sometimes it's gonna get hard, and you're gonna have to not overthink it. Like, just understand these times are temporary, these things are temporary, and new things will come to you. You just got to get through, chapters, you know. Like, you ever seen like some of these books, you know what I'm saying, like the main character in the book struggles through these chapters, and then guess what, new doors open up and the hero emerges, the person that they're trying to become emerges. You know what I'm saying? So that's you. Like, you can write your own story. You ain't gotta abide to nobody's story. You just gotta stay positive, and you can't overthink your situation. You know, you just gotta keep your eye on the finish line. You know, like, keep your eye on the prize. You know what I'm saying? That's something that, like, they always said back in grade school, but it's facts. Like, just keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eyes on the finish line and what you can do to get there. You know, because that's the one thing we can control, is that, my dog. That is one thing we can control. But either way, I mean, we're gonna die, so you might as well just have fun and do whatever you want and try to do the best you can, because that's all life's about. So yeah, if you stay to the end, drop some positive vibes in the comments, send this to a friend, subscribe, like that up, and we out. Peace.